What is this, you ask? We are going to play Myrtle. Now, if you're around for the Daily Dolls, I played this a bunch with those. We have since moved away from the Daily Dolls, but I miss doing the Myrtle. So here we are. I'm going to do the Myrtle today. And this is for September 7th. The mystery obtained from very expensive ink. Detective Logico was awoken by a mysterious phone call. Inspector Irratino spoke in a whisper. Deductive Logico. There's been a murder at a luxury, high-end international rich people prison, and only you can solve it, because you put them away this week. Deductive Logico arrived at the luxury, high-end international rich people prison. He discovered with horror that the victim of the murder was none other than Inspector Irratino himself. Deductive Logico regretted all of the bad things he ever said about him. He promised himself that he would solve this case and avenge his rival, antagonist, friend. Now, who do we have? We can see who we have here, but we shall look through the cards. We have Signor Emerald, Miss Saffron, the Amazing Aurelian, Bishop Azure, Babyface Blue, and Sir Rulian. For our weapons, we have a poisoned birthday cake, a gold watch, a lawyer, a rope of designer clothes, a pair of leather gloves, a shiv made from a Mont Blanc. And for our locations, we have the tennis court, the spa, the movie theater, the Michelin-starred cafeteria, the guard tower, and the private suite. Interesting. As we know, each suspect brought one weapon to one location, but only one was a murderer. As always, Deductive Logico began with the facts. All right, here we go, my friends. Signor Emerald was seen hanging around the spa. Signor Emerald. My friend, did you enjoy your time at the spa? The second shortest suspect was seen hanging around in the movie theater. Okay. Who is our second shortest suspect? Ignore Emerald. You are 5'8". Miss Saffron at 5'2". The Amazing Aurelian, 5'6". You are so far our second shortest. Bishop Azure at 5'4". Blue at 7. Wait, 7'8". Wow, that was pretty big. I was told I should talk quieter. We'll see how the video goes, but I will talk a little bit quieter. Cerulean at 5'8". Alright, so it does seem that Miss Saffron is our shortest, and our good friend Bishop Azure is our second shortest. So he was seen hanging around the movie theater. Alright, my friend. Bishop Azure, off to the movie theater with you. I wonder what movie we're watching. A murder. Babyface Blue was suspicious of the person who brought a lawyer. So Babyface Blue, our friend here, he was suspicious of the person who brought a lawyer. It means that he did not bring a lawyer himself. Is here on that. The second shortest suspect, who we know to be Bishop Azure here, brought a poisoned birthday cake. Our first person that we know all the information for. Blue eyes were seen in the Michelin-starred cafeteria. 2 out of my friends has blue eyes. Signor Emerald, you have brown. Miss Saffron, you have hazel. Aurelian has green. Bishop Azure has brown. Babyface Blue, blue eyes. And Sir Rulian has blue eyes. Okay. Now, what do we know? Michelin-starred cafeteria. Out of our location, just to remind us what it looks like, it is the burger. So there is a chance it's either you or you. Both of you have lovely blue eyes. Now, an anonymous source that Logico trusted passed him a message that read, Anist, Ephemeral, Ivor, Exipis, Ikin, Schwa, Odsiderives, Enext, Ot, Gink. This is now. That is quite the sentence. A saint from saint from very. I don't know what the X. From something ink was next to a king size bed. So a private suite, I'm assuming. So what was found next to the king size bed? We're looking for something with ink. All right, weapons. A shiv made from a Mont Blanc. Could stab someone or sign a contract ending their life. Ink is pricey. Interesting. Now, I am going to look through because there was something, a word with an X, you see. And I do not know any of these had an X in them. But it rhymes with Polex. Okay. We know it's not that. The weakest link. There was no X. I'm going to believe that the shiv made from a Mont Blanc is what we are speaking here. A. Do any of our people have X's in their description here? I could simply figure out the words, and if you have, well done. But I'm going to look through here. Mystic gentleman. Interesting. Interesting. Now, we do know from what did we figure out this was? This is quite the tricky thing. Message. We could decode it. But I do not wish to. Well, shall we? Decoder ring? Can't crack this code. I see. So, I did just have to rearrange them. That is fine. That just means that, unfortunately, it's not a code-based one, but simply around. I want that word in particular. From very goodness. A saint from very something ink. Oh, from something kin. Oh, anyone have any kin? Sort of rare gemstones. Gorgeous and stunning, but maybe not all there in the brains. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. She wants you to think that's only what she wants you to think. Only her pet poodle knows. Amazing Aurelian is a touring magician who has perfected the whole sawing the husband into routine. and she made the body disappear for her next trick. She's going to need a volunteer. A bishop in the church, Azura has been known to pray for both her friends and her enemies. Of course, yes, for different things. This is absolutely one fully grown man and not two kids in a trench coat. They can do adult things like see R-rated movies, buy beer, and stay out way past their bedtime. A sophisticated gentleman who just happens to have been knighted. You believe the official knighting documents he is always waving around. Ah, that X is getting me. Something from Barry. Let's go into here. Take a look. I do think we are still working with the pen. IMAX has X. That is simply not IMAX. Oh, and it was found next to a king-size bed. So we need to look at our weapons here. A luxury Rolex that has X's. Oh, you're going to get an incredibly expensive. Is that our word? Ooh, okay. From very expensive ink was tricky words, I say. What a message. Expensive bill, incredibly expensive bill. Derives was derived. Deriv. No, no. Interesting. Next size bed. Goodness me. Not you. A pair of leather gloves. Not quite you. Shiv made from a Mont Blanc. You could stab someone or sign a contract ending their life. Expensive. Oh. Okay. From very expensive ink. Okay. We can go back. We can go back to this. We had it. The ink is pricey. Thank you. Thank you for reading comprehension. So, our pen found next to a king size bed, which is in private suite. The fingerprint was found in the guard tower. This one, let's take a look at those fingers. We are looking for this swirl here, which is swirl of babyface blue. Let's just confirm that I didn't that incorrectly. That babyface blue were found near the guard tower, my friend. Was this location means that if you were here, you, my friend Cerulean, you starred cafeteria. A red hair was found wrapped around the gold watch. Sir Emerald, you have black hair. Miss Saffron, you have blonde. The Amazing Aurelian, also blonde. Brown, blonde. Red, Sir Cerulean. Sir Cerulean. Red hair was found by the gold watch. We now know two people's names, or two people's full packages here. Miss Saffron had a pair of leather gloves. Interesting. You are not Miss Saffron. You were Miss Saffron. I'm very good at colors. You see. Miss Saffron, what a lovely pair of gloves you had. A rope of designer clothes was used to murder. Now, there are three options for our designer clothes and many options of where it could be. Now, we do have a few things we can strictly deduce here. Because once again, Deductive Logico is able to apply his analytical faculties to the solving of another mystery. So who, how, and where. Now, to do this, we to elaborate on some of our where the weapons are. So, we know that Miss Saffron had a pair of leather gloves. She could either be in the tennis court or the king-size bed, but we know she can't be in the king-size bed. We know that because the pen, our Shiv, was at the expensive bed, and she, as you can see, does not have that. So, we know she is not here, which means that she must have been the tennis court. Thank you, Miss Saffron. Now, because we know all of that, we actually know who has the Shiv now. The Shiv is the amazing Aurelian. He had the Shiv, and he was at the king-size bed. So Shiv, king-size bed, we can fill out that row. That is cleared off. He cannot be our person. Now, we see something very interesting, my friend Babyface Blue. It seems that, number one, you were at the guard tower. Yes? Yes, I believe you were. Because our fingerprint here found in the guard tower. And it just so happens that you did not have a lawyer because you were suspicious of the person who brought the lawyer. So my dear friend and or friends, Babyface Blue, is you. Babyface Blue used the rope of designer clothes to kill at guard tower. Yes, I will make the accusation. Resolution. It was Babyface Blue with a rope of designer clothes in the guard tower, Deductive Logico declared. Was he right? Was I right? Be right. While Babyface Blue protested their innocence, they were nevertheless convicted again. Deductive Logico watched as they were transferred to a more secure and slightly nicer wing of the prison. Logico was not sure if his work was actually making any progress in the world, and he keenly felt the loss of his now dead rival. But when he drove back home, Irratino was waiting for him on the steps outside, making sketches of the moon. "I thought you've been killed," Logico exclaimed. "Ah, it was a trick, Logico." That's the voice we've changed to now. "And it proves the validity of the esoteric. You were able to solve the who, what, and where, yet you did not notice that I was not dead at all." Goodness. Logico shook his head and said, "I knew you'd pull something like this, but you're not getting out of our plans tonight. We're still going to that lecture on abstract mathematics. You promised after I attended that experimental one-act." "Fine," sighed Irratino, although later he had to admit that the lecture had great vibes. That concludes the mystery of the stain from very expensive ink. We took 18 minutes and 58 seconds. Now, I am slightly disappointed to know that tomorrow's will be available in 1 hour and 5 minutes. I thought I was already doing tomorrow's. I believe for me it changes at a slightly different time because I'm in Australia. But that is the one for today. I hope you enjoy. And they're fun for me. I may do it more, but we shall see. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that decoding the section for the pen, I had it right away, and then I doubted myself. That's because clearly I can't spell. So next time, hopefully it goes a little better. Lovely. Have a lovely day. And if you enjoyed the Myrtle today and enjoyed coming along for the adventure, let me know. All right. Toodles.